Hi guys. So I'm gonna do a video about what's happening with my skin right now, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know what's going on. I was breaking out, but I also felt super tight, and I thought I had destroyed my skin's natural moisture barrier. I was using the Paula's Choice 2% BHA every day, twice a day, because it says on their website you can, but then I was seeing other stuff that said like you shouldn't be exfoliating that often because it will disrupt your moisture barrier. It was feeling tight and it was like flaking around my mouth. I decided to take a break from all my exfoliating products, acids and stuff, and go in with just moisturizing products. So I was using the moisturizing cleanser from CeraVe and the Cicaplast Balm B5 from La Roche-Posay because I've seen a ton of dermatologists recommend it. So I did that for about 3 days. During out of the 3 days, the last 2 days, it was very warm. So I was hot and sweaty, and on top of using such a heavy duty moisturizing product, I'm pretty sure I gave myself fungal acne. So geez Louise, awesome. You try to do the right thing and then you get fungal acne. I've had fungal acne in the past. I think my acne has always had a bit of that to it just because I get really hot really easily. So I'm sure that has something to do with it because I know fungal acne is very common in humid environments. And although I don't live in a necessarily humid environment, I just run very warm, so I sweat pretty easily on my face, which is gross. Even, you know, when I was using Curology, the product treatment that they gave me had zinc in it and clindamycin and things that kind of help that kind of acne because my acne hasn't been like cystic for a while. I have been crying a lot the last few days. As you guys probably know if you've been on my channel or if you're new here, I've had acne on and off since I was probably 9. I was like one of the first kids to get acne. I really struggled a lot in middle school, high school, college. I just was always prone to it. I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I wanted to cry every time I looked in the mirror. I didn't even want my family to see me without makeup. Like I would want to put makeup on before I walk downstairs in the morning because that's how horrible I felt. And I've worked so hard like the last 10 years or so to overcome that and feel more comfortable in my skin. You know, it's not like I care so much what other people think. It's just what I think. It's when I look in the mirror and like, it's really, really hard, especially when you've had acne all through your whole life. And I'm 30. Like your whole life, you're told you're going to grow out of it. You're going to grow out of it. I'm 30. Like what? I made a dermatologist appointment, but they don't have an opening till September. Awesome. It's April. So I'm calling like every day to see if they have a cancellation. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to leave the house. It's so heartbreaking and frustrating, and like I'm like 99% sure it's fungal acne, which I know doesn't technically exist. That's just what it's called. It's like a big fancy name. But essentially what it is it looks like regular acne, but it's not. So it's all these uniform red and white bumps. So they look like whiteheads, but they're not whiteheads. They're different. It's like a folliculitis from like the hair follicle, I believe. And it's from yeast. It's a yeast overgrowth, which is super cool and fun. Which you technically need a diagnosis from a dermatologist. Well, by the time September rolls around, if this is still going on, I don't even know. But I've done a lot of research, and you guys know, like, I know my ingredients, like, I know what I'm doing, like, and that's what's so frustrating is, like, when you know you're doing everything right, and, like, you still can't fix the problem. It's definitely not as bad as it was yesterday, unless I'm just getting used to it, which is super cool. But I will show a comparison. I'm really hoping it just goes away, because I am, like, losing my mind. It's all I think about. I have to go out today and get, like, tomato sauce and half, and, like, I don't want to leave the house. I'm just really, really, really struggling. I'm like wanting to pull my hair out. I'm like, I don't want to cry, but it's really hard when you don't want to look in the mirror at yourself. And think what's so hard is that I've been there before and I feel like I came out of it and I was doing so good, and like it's really making it really hard for me, and I like don't know where to turn, and like I'm in that point where like I've tried so many things to get rid of acne in my life and I do so many things to prevent it, but the issue with this is not a few breakouts. This is like massive. This is something that is painful. It's itchy. It hurts. And I'm at that point of frustration where like you just want to try something new every minute. Like if I don't see a difference in like an hour, I'm like, I want to try something else. Like, and I know that that's not going to work. I know that you have to be consistent and patient and this and that, but like when it's this bad, like I am really struggling here. And I know I'm not alone, and so many people have reached out, friends, people who I know, people who I only know on social media, and it's wonderful, and I'm so glad that it's so much more well accepted now. Those feelings when I was 14, 15, like are right back. Like I'm happy, I'm content. I have all the things I didn't think I would have when I was that age because of my acne, and the acne still bothers me. And it's just so freaking hard. It's just so hard. I like am finding myself bursting into tears the way I did as a kid. And it's just really hard. Like, I don't even know how else to put it. It's just really, really hard. I'm really having a hard time. And like, I'm in such a good place in my life, and I'm just so upset that this happened. It's just like, I'm not gonna feel better until it goes away. And like, I look in the mirror, and when I see this, like, it's so hard. I don't even know honestly why I'm making this video. Like, I do want to show the progress of improvements, hopefully, with these products, and it can help someone else. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I like want to go to like one of those rooms where you break stuff, because I'm just having a really hard time with this. But this video is getting way too long for what it is, so I'm gonna go. But if there's progress, I will share. Hi guys. So it has been about 5 days since my fungal acne began. Monday, I guess, was like the first like day it was really like, oh my god, what's happening? Tuesday was the worst day by far. That was that first picture, and then since then, it's literally, today's Saturday, so today's like the 6th day. Like, I'm sorry, how did that happen? So I thought I would share because when I realized it was fungal acne, I did a lot of research. I am like a big skincare like person. I'm constantly looking at ingredients. So I looked into, you know, what was proven scientifically. I looked at YouTube videos from some of the bigger skincare people. Most of them suggested dandruff shampoo as well as like Athlete's Foot antifungal cream. I ordered an antifungal cream. It didn't come until today, so I don't really even need it now. But 2 things I used that did this, well, I guess 3 even, I'm going to talk about because I haven't seen people mention these in videos about fungal acne, and I think that that's what helped me. So let's get into it. So the first thing I used was this. This is called Magic Molecule. I saw this months ago on Instagram and I ordered it. It was a 2-pack for like $20, so I was like, you know what, let me just get it. It said it helps with everything, like bug bites, sunburn, eczema, like any skin condition it will help with. And I was like, whatever, but it's $20, let me try it. It didn't do much when I first got it because I wasn't using it right probably, but the main ingredient in this is hypochlorous acid. Now you're probably familiar with that because it was part of like the anti-COVID means, but hypochlorous acid is actually something that's used in surgery. My mom's a nurse and she told me that HipoCleanse, which is what they use to clean the site of a surgery before surgery, is hypochlorous acid. So obviously it's a pretty effective tool to kill bacteria. I had this already, but someone did recommend to me on Instagram this ingredient in a different product. So you can get a bigger bottle of this ingredient on Amazon for cheaper. I had this. It smells like chlorine. It really smells like pool water, but essentially it kills bacteria, fungus, all that kind of stuff. So what I had been doing was using it about 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and then once at night, maybe another time at night, just because I was so like, you know, upset, obviously, as you saw in the last clip. So I would wash my face with the CeraVe SA cleanser because I pretty much gave up on the saving my skin barrier because I don't even think that was the problem in the first place. I think I was like convinced it was. But I was using this instead of just spraying it directly on my face because it was mostly in these areas. I sprayed it on my hands, patted my hands together, and then kind of like pressed it into the skin. So I would wash my face, use this kind of as like a toner step, and then I would let it completely absorb and then go in with this. Now this is something, I can't tell you the ingredients. This is Chinese cream. It is on Amazon. It is very well rated. It is weird. I've had this for years. I bought like a 6-pack of it because it worked so well for me. I love this stuff. Like I said, I don't know the ingredients. I know there's menthol in it, which probably isn't great for your face, but it's like a pink ointment cream. It smells pretty strong. I don't really even know, like, it's miracle, honestly. Like, if that stuff helps with all those things, so does this, because essentially that was killing everything, but I still need some kind of moisture because all those spots also had dryness within them. So this kind of helped with the moisture. I bought this essentially years ago because I had an allergic reaction on my arm. It was pretty much contact dermatitis. So I got this. I literally was like searching Amazon for like anything that would help with contact dermatitis. This came up, didn't know what was in it. It was pretty cheap. So I was like, you know what, let's try it. Within 24 hours, this rash was like gone. So pretty much I use this now whenever I have anything that itches, anything red, especially with cats. I get like a scratch here and there, like not even a big one, but a minor one. This clears up the scar like this. Like, I don't remember if I showed you guys, probably on Instagram, but I had a scratch on my stomach next to my belly button from the cats. I think one of them was laying on me and then a loud noise happened and he ran, and that's what happened. The scar now is like almost completely invisible, and I was using this to clear it up. So it clears scars, like scabs. If you have a cut, like, this stuff is a miracle. I've had my boyfriend use it, my parents, like, people love this. I even convinced my best friend to get it. Like, this stuff is a freaking miracle. So when I realized it was fungal and it wasn't like regular acne, I was using this as well. So I would use that, let it absorb, and then use this. And this does, like I said, it kind of tingles because the menthol, and I think that's kind of cool and calm the itchiness and stuff like that. Like, it's supposed to kind of give you that cool to the touch feeling. It goes away in a matter of minutes, but I was doing this as my routine, like, and that was pretty much it for actual topical products. So that was it really since Tuesday. So I would wash my face and then use these 2 products. And every single night I was using my Aduro LED therapy mask. I did a whole video on this if you want to check it out. It is expensive, like, it is. If I don't know, I would have bought it if I didn't already have it for this specific issue. But it looks like this. There's like a ton of different settings on the thing. You don't need to keep it plugged in while you use it. I did the whole video if you want to check that out. But I used the blue light therapy because that's what's supposed to help and be antibacterial and all that good stuff. So I used that literally for 3 nights in a row, and it helped so much. My skin, literally the before and afters from like Tuesday to Wednesday was insane, and then Wednesday to Thursday was insane. I do have to say, between Wednesday and Thursday, I looked like I had sunburn. Like, the bumps went down, but even up here, like, my skin was very, very red. I felt very warm. I was like rubbing ice on my face. Like, I have an ice roller and I was using that. I felt very warm. Even now, like, I run very hot, so I may just be prone to fungal acne. But literally my skin cleared up. And the reason I'm making this video is not to brag in any which way, but when I reached out to Instagram and other methods to like ask people, like, is this fungal acne? I can't get an appointment with my dermatologist. Like, tell me what you did. A lot of people said they had that same problem for months or weeks and they couldn't figure out what it was, and they didn't go to the dermatologist. So it took them a very long time to get it to clear up. I am someone who does so much research, so I'm so glad that I did that and it worked. I'm so lucky and grateful that it worked and my skin is clear. I am on edge of like it coming back, so I'm like very, you know, being careful, and anytime I'm hot, I'm like rubbing my face with ice. Like, I do not want to overheat and have this happen again. Although if it does, now I feel like I know what helps, so that's great. So very excited about that. Now, since yesterday's Friday, I did kind of go back to my normal routine. So I wash my face. I've been using that as a toner, and then I've not been using the Chinese ointment just because I feel like that was you know, specific. So now I've been using like a serum in the morning that helps with the scarring, because you can still see, although it's smooth, like there's definitely still some scarring left behind. So I'm using like a vitamin C kind of brightening serum in the morning with my sunscreen, and then in the evening I'm using my Curology product that I have, which has clindamycin, zinc, which is also something that is very helpful for fungal acne. Essentially it's the ingredient that's in like a dandruff shampoo, but I have it in my Curology like little treatment product. But that helps as well. Like I didn't use that in the main when my skin was really breaking out, just because I was nervous. I didn't want to use anything else, so I wasn't using that. So I started using that yesterday in the evening, and then followed my moisturizer. And I'm really taking it easy with my moisturizer. Like I'm very concerned with damaging my skin's barrier, but I'm also concerned with acne, so it's really hard to kind of balance those two. Yeah, I cleared my fungal acne in 5 to 6 days, and I wanted to share this because in none of the other videos that I watched about fungal acne was hypochlorous acid mentioned, and I do think that probably made the biggest difference, to be honest. This spray, or anything, honestly, it doesn't need to be this exactly. The one I said, there's an Amazon one that's like double the size for like $15 instead of $20 for 2 of these little ones. The main ingredient, like it has water, sodium chloride, hypochlorous acid, and hypochlorite ion. It's the exact same makeup in the one on Amazon. So as long as you have the hypochlorous acid, your skin actually makes that on its own. So when you're putting it on your skin, it's not going to be dangerous. It's not going to dry you out. It's not going to cause any issues. You're not going to get side effects. It's apparently very gentle. You can use it on any skin type, but it's very effective. Now this, when I had this and I used on regular acne, it really didn't do anything, because most regular acne is not caused by yeast and bacteria necessarily on the skin, the same way that this, you know, that fungal acne is. Honestly, if you're dealing with those spots that are little tiny whiteheads, little red dots, and they're all kind of the same size, it's not cystic, it's not deep, it's not like all over, it's like in clusters the way mine was, I would recommend trying hypochlorous acid, like 1000%. I don't know why, maybe just because it came out more popular after like COVID and stuff, but like I don't know why no one else talks about it. I've seen a few articles, and like that's when I was reading about it, but I haven't seen like in other videos about fungal acne this mentioned. So I don't know if it's because it's like a newer thing since COVID or what, but I'm recommending it right now. Like I'm not a, you know, dermatologist or a, like professional, but I have a lot of experience, and you know, I know, not for a fact, but I'm very sure that if I did go to the dermatologist and I got an appointment, they wouldn't have recommended this. And I'm pretty sure that they would have recommended something that's very intensive, that may have taken much longer to clear up. And in the past, I've had dermatologists recommend coconut oil. Like no offense, like I definitely think you should see a dermatologist, but also they don't always do continuing education. They don't always know what actually is working for you. Some listen better than others, just like every other doctor, you know? Just like with birth control, I've done my video on that. Like not every doctor is going to listen to you and take what you say seriously. So I'm so glad I did my own research and I found this, and it's great. Like honestly, it's so great. What I didn't mention is that I wasn't just using this morning and night. I did like halfway through the day, because I do work from home, so I have everything here. I would use this again and then reapply it to those areas, and then reapply the Chinese ointment again midway through the day, and then in the middle of the night, if I happen to get up to go to the bathroom, I would just do it again. And then the difference, like between literally going to bed and waking up in the morning, I think it was Thursday or Friday, I went to the bathroom and I came out before, like I walked in, looked in the mirror and came out, and I told my boyfriend, I was like, what? How did you see me this morning and not tell me it got this much better? I mean, I was crying on Tuesday. Like I was so heartbroken and upset, and like it was really bad. But this is actually kind of amazing. Like I don't know what I did. I mean, I was praying, I was freaking out. I'm shocked. I would highly recommend the mask as well. It is quite expensive, but if you're suffering with an issue like this, or really anything, you can watch that video to get more information. But like if you have the budget, I would recommend that mask, because I really do think it helped. Now I am using the mask on the red light therapy instead of blue to kind of help with the scarring, rather than the actual active breakouts. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I ended this video properly and I really talked to you and didn't just show the before and afters and like talk about the products I'm using, because I genuinely believe that these 3 things made a very big difference. Obviously, I mean, you can see the before and afters. I don't know how it happened. I'm shocked. I've been updating you guys on Instagram. I don't know that all you follow me there. And I was just going to do like a little Instagram reel about this, but I did you know, figure that a lot of people will look up YouTube videos on stuff like this, so I want to make sure it was everywhere that you guys could get help. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below, or if you're struggling with acne like this, just if you want to talk about it, because like that's honestly like half of what I was posting about this was like, before I realized I could actually clear it, was just to like express that out to the world, because it was just so hard to deal with. And because for so long when I faced acne, I didn't have anyone. Like, I didn't have someone to connect with, someone to feel like it's not just me. So that was like a big part of why I was like sharing all of this. But guys, like, this is amazing. Is my skin 100% clear? No. Is it ever gonna be? Probably not. But like, what it was just like really triggering for me. So I'm very grateful for you guys and everyone who reached out to me on Instagram. I'm like so humbled and like just happy that not that other people are dealing with this, but that they don't have to deal with it alone. So thank you again for watching. Please subscribe to see more from me, and I'll see you guys soon.